So many adults are now calling themselves or diagnosing themselves with ADHD. Do you see a relationship between the regulation and the issues that you described?
Absolutely. And I have so much to say on this subject because the infant who is left alone and has an understimulated brain, one of the things that's counterintuitive that I learned in my neurofeedback training is that an ADD or an ADHD brain is under firing, which means that that brain is firing too slow. It's under firing, meaning it has a low speed of, brain wave activation. And so in neurofeedback, what we do with the ADD and ADHD brain is we get the brain to fire faster or fire higher, which is why people are prescribed amphetamine drugs, which makes me really worry about a whole generation of kids growing up on amphetamine drugs. But it's there to speed up the firing of the brain so that that brain has focus, so they can attend, so they can be present. So there is definitely a correlation between the understimulated infant brain and ADD, ADHD. It's not the only cause, but it's certainly one that I don't rule out. And I think and this is a bias of mine, Bessel always says diagnosis is a political construction. And certainly in the US, we've got this medical industrial complex, which involves big pharma. And so I have no idea how much money is being made on the amphetamine drugs that are being, you know, dosed like crazy to children. And so often, and this is what I call the diagnosis du jour, where kids are slapped with an ADD or ADHD diagnosis and slapped with a prescription for amphetamine drugs, which then really makes their lives difficult because they have sleep problems or they feel uncomfortable on the medicine or some combination thereof, or even shame or just difficulty staying on track with the meds. So I do think that addressing neglect is a way to at least put a dent on this epidemic or this overdiagnosis, from my point of view, of ADD and ADHD. And there's not enough, I don't have enough data or enough information, but I know that I've certainly heard both from different neuroscience attachment researchers. Alan Shore and Ruth Lanius both speak to this, and they say both things, that we have a biologically based ADD, and then we have an experientially neglect related based ADD that both exist. So I need more information to be able to really answer that definitively. But thanks for the question.